lovely to see you back again. I hope you're well. So we're going to start with our feet facing forward this morning, hip width apart, relax our shoulders. We're going to do our roll down. Right, here we go. Let's breathe in through our nose. Let's put our chin on our chest and roll down slowly. Just relaxing your arms, relaxing your shoulders, floppy arms, and hang like a rag doll. Holding it here, breath in, scoop up your tummy, and slowly come up. Straighten up your back, one vertebra at a time, until you're up nice and tall, shoulders. Let's put our chin on our chest and slowly roll down. Just relax your arms, relax your shoulders, keep your abs engaged, and then slowly come up using your ab strength, not your back, up nice and tall. Let's breathe in. Let's put our chin on our chest and slowly roll down. Holding it here, breathe in, and slowly come up. And our last one, let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest and roll down. Feels like Duncan. Holding it here. Let's breathe in and little pulses down. 4 more, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here, breathe in, chin on chest, and slowly come up. Right, let's take our arms up towards the ceiling. You should have Duncan. And down. Let's breathe in. And out. And 2 more. And our last one. Right, our next 4 as we take our arms up, let's lift our heels off the mat. Let's warm up our ankles. Let's warm up those calves and down. Let's breathe in and out. We're going to do 2 more. And out. And our last one, we're going to lift up and hold our lift. Keep those abs nice and tight, holding it here. And let's breathe out as we come down. Excellent. Let's turn our feet around. Turn our feet around, turn our heels out, heels together, toes apart, up nice and tall. Let's take our arms up and around to the side. Let's breathe in and out. For now, our heels are just on the floor, just warming up our shoulders. 2 more. And our last one. Right, for the next 4, let's lift our heels up off the floor. As we come up, let's breathe in and down. Let's breathe in. We're going to do 2 more. And our last one, let's lift up. Let's hold our lift, holding it here. Let's breathe in and exhale and down. Excellent. Let's put our feet back, facing forward, hip width apart, interlacing your fingers behind your neck. Let's do our cervical nod, keeping your elbows nice and wide and gently just interlacing your fingers behind your neck. Let's breathe in and nod your chin to your chest, looking at your toes, looking down at the floor. And now let's look up at the ceiling. So the only thing that's moving is your neck. Nothing else is moving. Everything is in alignment, still stationary, and you're just moving your neck up and down. Looking down at your toes, looking up at the ceiling. Our last one. And all the way up. Right, we're going to hold here and we're going to go over to the side. So you don't want to move your hips. You're just working from your waist and back up. So as we move, we're going to breathe in and exhale to return. We're going to do 1 more each way. And our last one. Right, with this next one, we're going to hold it over. Feel that stretch in your external obliques. Right, everything nice and tight and little pulses. So you're just moving from your waist. Nothing's moving from your hip. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Back up. Over to the other side. And hold it here. pulses. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, holding it here, back up to center, and relax your arms. Right, we're going to just tap our fingertips together, elbows are up, shoulder height, relax your neck and shoulders. Right, we're going to go into rotation, abs tight, but once again the movement comes from your waist. So let's breathe in and over to the one side, look behind that shoulder and back to center. And over to the other side and back to center. Look behind that shoulder, give it a hold, and back. Let's go over, holding it here. We're going to do one more each way. Back to center, and over. Right, now let's go over to the one side and hold your rotation. So let's hold this position, and little pulses. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, hold it here, back to center, let's go over to the other side, and little pulses. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, holding it here, back to center, and down. Right, we're going to put a little routine together with our arms and working our external obliques. So we're going to take our arms up to the ceiling. We're then going to bring them halfway, take them out to a T, and then over to the one side, back and down. So remember which side that you used, because we're going to alternate sides. Okay, so are we ready? Right, let's take our arms all the way up and out. Let's breathe in and over to the other side. Let's breathe in and back forward and down. Here we go to the other side, all the way up. Let's breathe in. Halfway, take your arms out and over, taking them back out into a T, back to center halfway and down. Here we go, let's lift up, halfway, take your arms out, over to the one side, back halfway and down. Let's do that again. We've got 4 to go all the way up. Let's come halfway down, out to the side into a T, over, back out to the side, center, and down. Sorry, up, down, got distracted. Take it out, over to the side, back to center, and down. Hello my boy, 2 more. Let's take all the way up. My sweetheart. Let's take it out. Over to the one side. Move forward. And down. Right, let's do our last one. All the way up. Halfway. Take our arms out. Over to the one side. Out to a T. Back to center. And down. Excellent. I want us to open our feet slightly wider. Bending our knees, you're keeping your knees bent. Let's take our arms out to the side. So your knees stay bent the whole way through the exercise. Let's go over. So now we're just going to isolate. We're going to just stick over to the one side, then the other. Stretching over. Remember that we're just working from our waist. Our hips are not moving. We're going to do one more each side. After this, how those waists feeling, how your external obliques, they're part of your abs. And let's go over and hold it here. So you're feeling that stretch, starting to feel nice and warm, and little pulses. Once again, just a reminder, your hips not moving, your knees are not moving. All the movement comes from your waist. Over to the other side. And little pulses. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. Holding it here, breathe in, take your arms out to the side and down, and let's bring our legs up. We're going to go into some balance. So you want your legs to be hip width apart, relaxing your shoulders and your arms. If you need to hold on to something, you do so. You can have your hands on your hips, that's also fine. You want to try and keep your body in a perfectly straight line. You are alternating, so we're going to breathe in to prepare. On exhale, you're going to lift your leg out. You don't want to turn your hip towards that leg. You want to keep your hips facing forward. So you just watch that. Right, you can keep your foot in the same alignment, so you're not turning your foot out. You're just keeping that your toes are in alignment with each other. Right, alternating. Our balance comes on the hold. So let's breathe in and exhale, lift. Look at yourself if you can in the mirror. Holding it here, nice straight line. And let's do the other side. Let's breathe in and exhale to lift. Holding it here, breathe in and down. Let's inhale and exhale, lift. Hold it here and down. Inhale. Holding it here. Right, let's breathe in. Hold it there. Right, and our last one. Hold it here. And alright, let's hold our one side up. Let's breathe in. Exhale, lift and hold. So you're up nice and tall. Holding it here. Right, let's breathe in and little pulses and lift. Just little pulses. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's take this leg up and down. Try not to touch the floor and lift. Takes full range. 4 to go. 4, 3. Hold that leg up. Let's breathe in and let's go to the other side. Let's breathe in and lift up and hold that leg. Remember, nice straight line. Toes are in alignment and little pulses lift. How's your planted leg feeling? 4, 3, 2. Let's take it up and down. Let's breathe in and lift. We've got 4 to go. Let's hold that lift. Breathe in and down we go. Excellent. Right, let's go back to our first leg. We're going to lift it up and we're going to bend our knee, keeping our knees in alignment. Right, here we go. Let's breathe in, exhale, lift. Right, here we go. So keeping our leg here, we're going to take our heel back. Let's breathe in and straighten. So nothing is moving from here. We're just taking our heel back. Your knees are in alignment. 4 to go. It's like doing a side leg series, but standing. 3, 2. Right, we're going to hold that leg bent. Hold it here. So if you had to come down, your knees would be in alignment. So you can lift it up. And little pulses. And 8, 7. It's control. Don't kick. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg straight. Hold it there. And down we go. Let's do the other side. Those legs should start starting to feel nice and warm. Let's breathe in and exhale and lift. Right, let's bend that knee. Let's breathe in. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2. Let's hold that knee bent. Hold it here. Remember, your knees should be in alignment with each other and little pulses and 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and hold that leg straight and down we go. Excellent. Let's give our legs a little bit of a break. Let's go to arms. We're going to take our arms out to the side and we're going to pulse. Are we ready? Let's do 5 out breaths, 5 in breaths. Just relax your shoulders. Right, arms out. Let's breathe in and breathe in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in. We're halfway and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in. And well done. Relax. Not too bad. Hey, right, this time. Same leg we're going to start with. We're going to lift, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So up nice and tall, perfect alignment, spine stacked. Here we go. Let's breathe in in. Here we go. In, in. Nice, slow control. In. 4 more. In, in. Our last one. In. Now keep your leg there. Just point your toes and give me 8 circles. 8, 7. From the hip. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's change direction. How are you feeling? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Flex your foot, hold it there, and down you come. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Inhale, inhale, exhale, and exhale. Right, up nice and tall, and here we go. Let's breathe in, 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 in. 4 more. 2 more. And our last one, let's hold it here, point your toes, and 8 circles one way. 8, 7. So the circles are coming from your hip, not from your ankle. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2. Let's change direction. And 8. How are you feeling? 7, 6. Is it burning? 4, 3, 2. Let's flex that foot. Bring that leg down. Excellent. Right, today we're going into lunges. Your legs should feel nice and warm. So we want 1 foot forward, 1 behind. Your hips are facing forward, both feet forward. Your back foot is on your toes. Right, so nice wide step. You want a wide step because you want your knees to go over your front toes. You are bending your back knee. Because your back knee bends, your front one will follow. Instead of bending your front and keeping your back leg straight, you want to bend both. Right. If you've got knee problems, you can just make smaller movements instead of going all the way down. Or I advise that you do a squat where your feet are in a V shape and you just do little movements and get a glute workout where you just come up, little bends and squeeze your glutes. So you get a glute workout, a bum cheek workout. Right, so let's have our feet nice and wide, and here we go. Let's breathe in. Let's breathe in. We've got 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go down and we're going to hold it here for 8 counts. 8, 7. And little pulses. 8, 7. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Holding it here. Breath in. Straighten up your legs. And let's swap over. Excellent. Nice wide step. Back foot is on your toes. And here we go. And let's breathe in. Hold it down here, hold it, and little pulses. 8, 7, 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Holding it here. Breathe in. Straighten your legs, and let's move. Excellent. Those legs should be warm. Right. We're going to do it one more time. No modifications today. Just 2 sets of lunges. We've done 1 already each side. Let's do that again, and then we're going to move on from there to the floor. Right, so let's start again. Your first leg is forward. Right, and here we go. Let's bend our back knee. Let's breathe in. Forward you go. Watch that front knee knees not going over your toes. If it is, you need to take a wider step and hold it here. Nice control and pulse. 8, 7, 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here, breath in, straighten up, and let's move. Excellent, other side, last set. Right, both feet facing forward, bending your back knee, and here we go. 4 to go. 3. And down and hold. Little pulses. 8, 7, 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here, breathe in. Straighten your legs and move. Excellent. We want to stand at the front of our mat. So your mat is in front of you. Right. Excellent. So we're going to go into a roll down. From a roll down, we're going to walk into a plank. So we're going to do it for 4. If you can't do your planks, you're going to roll down for me. Holding it here, I want you to bend one knee, straighten that leg, bend the other knee, and come all the way up. So you're getting a bit of a hamstring workout if you can't do your forward walk and into a plank. So every time we move, we hold for a breath and then we move again. Alright, so your feet are facing forward, hip width apart, spine stacked. We're going to roll down and walk forward into a plank. Right, here we go. Let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest. Fingertips down to the floor. Let's walk forward. Take a breath in. Walk forward on exhale. Hold your plank. Breathing in. Now push your boots right up. Walk your hands all the way back. You're going to give breath in to hold and slowly roll up. Right, that's 1. We've got 3 to go. Let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Hold it for a breath in and let's walk forward. Holding your plank, breathe in and push your glutes right out. You want to have a nice plank. You don't want to have Mount Everest with your glutes in the air. You want your shoulders and your wrists to be in alignment. Let's breathe in. Let's put our chin on our chest. Relaxing your arms. Hold it here for a breath in. Let's walk forward. And if you're not doing this, you're bending your knees when you're in your roll down. Holding it here, breathe in and slowly back. Right, and our last one. Let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Holding it here and let's walk forward. Hold your plank. Breathe in and let's come up. Right, hold it here. Breathing in and slowly come up. Right, for 2, we're going to do what you did if you couldn't do a roll, walk forward into a plank. So let's hold our roll down, bend one knee in that position and then bend the other knee in that position. So let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest. Relaxing your arms, shoulders, bend one knee, breathing in, straighten that leg. Let's breathe in, bend the one knee, straighten your leg, hold it here and slowly roll up. Feel that hamstring stretch? Right, let's do that again. Let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest. Holding it here. Right, let's breathe in, bend one knee, bend the other knee, hold it here and slowly roll up. Right, for those of us that can go into a plank, we're going to go into a plank, but we're going to add onto our plank. We're going to go into a full plank, and then we're going to go into a side plank, back to a hand plank, and roll up. We're going to do 4 again. We're going to alternate sides. So you do a side plank, the one side, come all the way up, roll all the way down into the other side, side plank. If you are not doing planks going forward, you're going to give me 4 knee bends on the one side, roll up, then you're going to roll down again and give me 4 knee bends on the other side. Alright, are we ready? Let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest, relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Find the floor. Let's breathe in and walk forward. Let's walk forward into a hand plank. Take a breath in and let's come into a side plank. Hold your side plank, breathe in. Let's come back to a hand plank. Breathing in, glutes out into the air. And we're walking back. Holding it here, breathe in. Chin on chest and roll up. Let's breathe in. Nod your chin to your chest. Right, hold it here. Let's walk forward. We're going to hold it in our plank position. Breathe in, over to the side. Holding it here, lift your waist right up, back to your plank. Hold it here, glutes right up into the air. And slowly roll up. We've got 2 of those to go. How are you feeling? Feeling those hamstrings? Feeling your back? Let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest. Let's roll down. Hold it here. Let's walk forward into your plank. Let's go over to the side. Hold your side plank. Breathe in. Let's go back. Hold it here. Glutes right up into the air. Hold it here. Breathe in. And slowly roll up. And our last one. Nod your chin to your chest. Holding it here. Let's walk forward. Hold your plank. Over to the side. Lift up your waist. Breathing in. Back to center. Hold it here. Relax your shoulders and your arms. Chin on chest. And roll up. Excellent. Right, this is our very last one. I want us to be on our hands and knees. So let's roll down. Let's go and get onto your hands and knees. For those of you that can't do the forward plank into a roll down, just you can go onto your hands and knees so long. Right, let's breathe in. Chin on chest. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Let's walk forward into your plank. And let's bend our knees. Right, we are in a 4-point kneeling. You want your wrists in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. We're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. Remember, it's not about how high you lift them, but how you can lengthen them to the ends of the room. We're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. Right, are we ready to go? Right, abs are tight. Don't let your tummy relax. Neck in line with your spine. Let's breathe in and exhale, lift. Opposite arm, opposite leg. While you hold it here, lengthen your stretch. And down we go. Let's breathe in and exhale. Holding it here to lengthen. And down. Let's breathe in and exhale, lift. Holding it here for a breath in. Lengthen your stretch and down. We've got 4 to go. Hold that stretch, breath in. Holding it here. Exhale, lift. Holding it here. And our last one. Bring your back nice and still. And down. Right, with the next one, we're going to hold that one lift. And you're going to give me arm circles. So your leg stays exactly where it is, and with your arms, you decide on the direction. You're going to do 8 circles. Inner circle, outer circle. Okay. Right, keeping the rest of your body perfectly still, keeping your abs in, tight and engaged. Right, let's breathe in and choose a side. Right, here we go. Let's breathe in a circle and out a circle. Let's breathe in and out. There to go. Lengthen your stretch. And let's go to the other side. Let's breathe in, crisp. And exhale out. 4 to go. 2 more. And our last one, lengthen your stretch. Down, and let's go into our child's pose and lengthen it out. Stretch it out. Right, we're going to do a minute plank today. So we're going to go into an elbow plank. So we want your hands to be apart. You don't want them to be interlaced together. You want them to be apart, shoulder width apart, elbows in line with your shoulders. Okay, are we good to go? Tucking in your toes. We're going to go for 1 minute. Have some nice good thoughts. Right. Sorry, my cat wants to come in. We're just waiting for her quickly. Right. Right, are we ready to go? Time starts now. Let's go. Come. Check that your alignment is correct. Our time has started. Pushing your heels right back. How are we feeling? We passed halfway. We should be nearly there. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and down we go. Excellent. While we're here, we're going to do opposite arm and opposite leg, but working our lower back. Right. So with this exercise, your legs are hip width apart, your arms are mat width. So use your mat as a template. With this exercise, your nose stays on the floor. You're keeping your glutes engaged, abs tight and lifted off the mat, and you lift opposite arm and opposite leg. Once again, it's not about how high you lift it, but how you can lengthen into the ends of the room. Right, so let's keep our nose on the floor. Right, abs tight, glutes tight. Let's breathe in and exhale, lift opposite arm and opposite leg. Lengthen your stretch. Hold it here, breathe in and down. Inhale. Nose still on the floor. Exhale to lift. Lengthen your stretch and down. In and exhale, lift. Lengthen, pull in your abs, squeeze your glutes and down. And exhale, lift. Holding it here and down. We've got 4 to go. Abs tight, glutes tight. Lengthen your stretch. Fingertips, toes, lengthen and down. Exhale to lift. Holding it here. And now we've got 1 more each way. Yes. Exhale, lift. Holding it here. And now last one. Lengthen your stretch. Hold it there. And back down. Let's go into our child's pose, pushing right back. And stretch it out.
And you can go with it if you want to
Right, we're going to come up into a seated position. We're going to do our saw and our spine stretch forward today. Right, let's go into a seated position. Your legs are out nice and wide for the saw. You want your feet to be flexed. And we're up nice and tall. So your spine is stacked, your arms are shoulder height. With this one, we're going to try and saw our baby toe off with our baby finger. So you're going to aim your opposite hand to your foot, and you're going to saw it off. So you're going to breathe out to saw, in to come up, exhale, breathe in, and exhale. You are looking behind you at your arm that goes behind. So that's where your head is looking. Right, so let's keep those feet. We're going to do one side, one the other side, and then we'll take a break. So let's get our alignment correct. Arms out in a T. Let's take a breath in. Exhale and try and saw that toe off. Breathe in and saw. Looking behind you, come up into your seated tall position and over to the other side and saw. Breathe in, breathe in, up nice and tall and down. Just another key point here, when you saw and you're exhaling forward, when you breathe in, try and pull in your abs a bit more. And then saw, abs a bit more, and then saw again. Okay, so let's focus on that for the next two. Right, feet flex, let's breathe in and exhale. Abs in, push. Abs in. Let's come up, over to the other side and saw. Breathe in, breathe in, up nice and tall, and take a break. We're going to do one more each side, and then our spine stretch forward. Right, arms up into a T, spine stacked. Let's breathe in, feet flex, and saw. Look behind you. Up nice and tall. For the last time, let's saw. Breathe in. Up nice and tall. And down we go. Excellent. So the position of our legs changes for our spine stretch forward. So your legs are mat width apart. So if you had your mat, that would be your template. Once again, your back is stacked. If you know that your hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knees slightly to get a nice deep stretch. If not, nice straight legs, feet flexed, heels out. Your arms are up shoulder height. Let's put our chin on our chest and we're going to lengthen forward. Let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest. Take your fingertips to the floor. Curved spine, now let's lengthen forward. Push it forward. And let's slowly straighten up our back. We want to do it nice and slow, controlled, until we're up nice and tall, shoulders down. Let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest, curving your spine, fingertips to the floor. Let's lengthen forward, hold it there, and slowly come up. Let's breathe in, nod your chin to your chest. We're opening up our spine as we lengthen forward. We're going to do two more. Are your feet flexed still? Abs pulled in as you lengthen forward. Hold that stretch forward and slowly come up. And our last one. Chin up chest. Lengthen forward and hold that stretch. Hold it here. Let's breathe in and little pulses push forward. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, holding it here, breathe in, and slowly straighten it. Up nice and tall, and relax your arms. Excellent. We're going to take it one level down. We're going to go onto our elbows. So I call it my beach position. This is how you'd be on the beach. Right. So we worked outer thigh just now. We're now going to work inner. So we're going to go into our beach position. But with our beach position, you want to flop into your chest. You want to be up nice and tall. So no slouching. We're going to put our feet, toes together. We're working our inner thighs. If this is uncomfortable for your neck, you're more than welcome to lie down and put your head on the floor. No problem at all. We're not going to be here for long. Right, so let's have our toes together. Right, we're going to take one leg out. So we're going to breathe in and put it back. Let's take it out and bring it back. We're alternating one leg at a time, working those inner thighs. Let's try and get each leg nice and straight, as far out and wide as you can. We've got 4 to go. 4, 3, 2. This is our last one. Now we're just going to do the one leg for 4. So just focus on the one leg, try and straighten that leg. Breathing in. And our last one, let's do the other side. We're not going to be long now. With your neck, with your chest out, 2 to go. Right, now we're going to do both together. Let's open both legs. Let's breathe in. Try and get both legs nice and straight. Can you feel those inner thighs? 4 to go. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take those legs nice and wide. Flex your feet so that your toes are now pointing to the floor. And we're going to do little pulses. And 8, 7. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Point your toes. Bring your toes back together. And well done. We're going to roll onto the floor. Let's go into our chest lift. So you want to check that your feet and your knees are hip width apart, interlacing your fingers behind your neck. Let's take a breath in and exhale to lift. Holding it here, breath in and down. Exhale to lift. Hold your chest lift. Holding it here. Right, our last slow one for holding. Hold it here. Right, movement on breath. So breathe out as you come up. Your elbows are staying wide and open. Close your elbows and put strain on your neck. We're going to do 4 more. Just 2 to go. And our last one, let's lift up and hold our chest lift. Right, and little pulses and 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Holding it here, breath in, head down and relax. Right, we're going to come up and hold in rotation. So let's breathe in and exhale to lift. Hold it here. Let's go over to the one side, back to center and over to the other. You want to work from your waist, so your hips and glutes stay firmly on the floor. So no movement other than from your waist. 1 more each side. And our last one. Back to center and down you go. Full range. So from our head being on the floor, let's breathe in and up and over. Head on the floor again. Up and over to the other side. Let's breathe in. We're going to do 4 more. Just 2 to go. And our last one. Right, we're going to lift up and over to the one side, hold your lift. Try and get your elbow onto the floor here. And little pulses. But your hips and glutes are firmly on the floor. 4, 3, 2, hold it here, head down on the floor and up and over to the other side. Try and get that elbow on the floor and little pulses. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, hold it here, breathe in and head down. Every time we go over to the one side, you're going to extend the opposite leg. So we're going to inhale, over to the one side, extend. Let's breathe in, extend, rotate. Extend. We're going to do 4 more. Just 2 to go. Our last one. Right, let's breathe in. Over we go and let's hold it here. Hold your rotation. Flex your foot and little leg pulses. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here and little chest pulses. Keep your leg where it is and pulse over to that side. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Breathe in, head down, leg down. Let's breathe in and over to the other side. Flexing your foot, hold your rotation, little leg lifts. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Chest lift, chest pulses. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Breathe in, head down, and head down. Are we ready? We're going to go into our crisscross. So our legs are going to be up in tabletop. If you can't do tabletop, please repeat what we've just done now. This is the safe version of the crisscross. So legs up in tabletop. You want your knees to be in line with your hips and don't drop your heels. Right, same thing as we rotate. We're going to inhale, exhale to lift. As we rotate to the one side, The knee that you're rotating to doesn't move. It stays at a 90-degree angle and back to center. So it's very similar to this here where this knee is not moving. You're just extending the one leg. Okay, so let's go up into tabletop. Right, here we go. Let's breathe in and lift up into our chest lift. Hold your chest lift. Extend one leg, rotate over to the other side. Back to center, keeping those hips and glutes controlled, no movement. We're doing 4 more. Just 2 to go. And our last one. Back to center and down you go. Excellent. Right, with this next one, we're going to hold your leg position, but just rotate your rotation over to the other side. So can I show you an example? We're going to inhale, exhale to lift, like we've just done, breathing into hold. We're going to exhale. And on inhale, we're going to rotate over to the other side, back to center. Okay, so we're just adding a rotation over to the other side, but everything comes back to center after that extra rotation. Then, if it makes sense, we're going to go over to that same side that you just rotated to, and then over to the other side. Let's try that together, nice and slow. So let's go up into tabletop. Let's breathe in, exhale to lift, hold it here. Let's rotate over to the one knee, extend that leg. Right, let's rotate with your upper body over to the other side, and back to center. Right, now let's go over to the other knee, which is the same side. Rotate over, and back to tabletop. Let's rotate. Are you getting it? Just your upper body moves. Back to center. Over. Let's rotate. And back to center. Right, we've got 2 more. Let's take your upper body over. And back. And rotate. Back to center. And down. Did you get that right? How those external obliques feeling? Right, now that that's over, we're going to add another modification. This time, instead of rotating your upper body, you're just going to change legs. So you're going to keep your rotation to the one side. So we're going to inhale, exhale to lift. Breathe in to hold. You're going to exhale. So my upper body stays. All we're doing now, changing your legs and coming back to center. You rotate to the other side, hold your rotation. Just do a change of legs and then back to center. This one is the easier one, hey? Right, let's do that from the beginning. Right, let's come up into tabletop. Let's breathe in and exhale and lift. Right, breathe in to hold. Let's rotate. Hold your rotation. Just change your legs. Nice, slow control. And back to center. Over to the other side. Just change legs and back to center. Change legs, back to center. Back to center. We've got 4 to go. Change legs, back to center. Change legs. 2 more. How are we feeling? How's your external obliques feeling? Back to center, last one. Back to center and down we go. Excellent. We're going to do one last one. So if I can just show you the actual exercise, then I'm going to give you the modification. So we're going to take our legs up into our 3rd position, up towards the ceiling. So from our head being on the floor, we're going to inhale and we're going to exhale to lift opposite arm to opposite ankle. Head down. So we're doing a bit of a rotation here, but in our 3rd position. So the safe option is to always keep one foot on the floor. So you're going to inhale, exhale to lift, and then down, and then alternate over to the other side. So you won't have both legs up at the same time. Okay, here we go. Let's take those legs right up. Right, interlacing your fingers. Let's breathe in right from here, from the floor. Lift right up over to the one side. Head down on the floor, up and over to the other side. Let's breathe in, and up and over. We're going to do 4 more. each way. Up and over. Right, let's take it over to the one side. Lift up and hold it there. So you're in a rotation, legs straight. Now abs stable and little pulses. And 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Breath in. Head down. Let's breathe in. Up and over. Hold your rotation. And little pulses lift. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Breath in. Head down. And legs down. Excellent. Right. We're going to stretch. But in a way of stretching, we're going to do our supine spine stretch and our thoracic rotation. So I'd like us to have our arms out into a T. Right. So our feet and knees are together, and it's keeping your upper body facing forward, upwards, and take your knees over to the one side. Because we're in a stretch, we're going to hold that position. Try and keep your shoulders on the floor. All right, let's come up, bring those knees up to the ceiling and over to the other side. Let's come back to center. Take one leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to grab hold of that leg as high or as low as you can. And we're going to come up into a chest stretch. Chest lift, into a hamstring stretch. Taking this leg, you're going to bend it and place it on top of your other leg. Thread one hand through, one around, and lift that foot off the floor. Interlace your fingers behind that leg and hold it here. The leg that you're holding, straighten that leg and roll your ankles. 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 3, 2, and 1. With your ankle now, draw me a capital A in the ceiling. Capital A, draw me a capital B, and then draw me a capital C. Excellent. Right, so the leg that's up towards the ceiling, keep it there, and just put the other leg down on the floor and come up into a chest lift. The leg that you're holding, bend it, place your ankle on top, lift it off, one hand through and around, and lie back down. Straighten the leg that you're holding, and roll your ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 3, 2, and 1. Let's draw that capital A, B, capital B, and a capital C. Excellent. Let's take both legs up to the ceiling. Slide your hands all the way up as high as you can go. Forehead and to your knees. Grab hold of your legs. We're going to open our legs as wide as we can. Bring your knees as close to your shoulders. Flex your foot, point your toes. Flex your feet, point your toes. Last one. Take your legs back up. Right, I want your legs in a tabletop position. Arms out to the side. Right, from here, let's take your knees over to the one side. Alright, bit of a deeper lower back stretch. Your arm, that's all by itself. Let's come up and bring it together. So all your limbs are on the one side. Your knees are bent in front of you. Both hands are on top of each other. Let's take your top arm, lift it up over, but this time I want you to look behind you. So look behind. Upper back stretch. And let's bring that hand back. So everything is back on the same side. Your knees are in a 90-degree angle. All I want you to do is your top leg. I just want you to straighten it out in front of you, and I want you to try and bring your toes towards your nose. And with your top hand, try and force that stretch. Well, not force it, but just try and grab your toes and bring your toes to your nose. So you're stretching into that hamstring, into your glutes. Right, knees back on top of each other. And let's come back up into our tabletop position. Right, we have to do that the other side, but I want to face you, so I'm just going to turn around. Right, so legs out in a T. Sorry, arms out in a T, legs out. Let's take our knees over to the one side. Put them on the floor. Right, hold that stretch. Your top hand, let's lift it up, over, and join it in with your other hand. Right, let's lift that arm up, over, keep your eyes on your fingertips, and hold that stretch. Let's lift that arm up and over and back, so everything is on the one side. Your knees are in a 90-degree angle, just straighten your front leg. Now, with your top hand, try and grab your toes and bring those toes as close to your nose as you can. Knees back on top of each other. Return that hand into a crook position. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug yourself. Give yourself a hug. Let's come up into a seated position. Right. Let's push our knees right down. Hip flexor stretch. Let's arch our back. Right, let's stretch. Just relax your legs however they feel comfortable. Head right back. Chin on your chest, interlace your fingers, and we're going to push our palms right out, opening up our spine. Take your hands up towards the ceiling. Try and stretch right up. Lengthen yourself. One hand behind, look behind. Lift your arm up, other arm behind, look behind you. And up. Let's take our arms down to the floor. Let's come up into a standing position. That's how you can get up. Let's roll all the way up. Let's roll our shoulders back for 3. Let's other way. Let's lift our shoulders up to our ears. And let's take a deep breath in and out. And our last one. Let's breathe in and out. And have an awesome day, everyone. Cheers.